Welcome back, everyone. J-Bone here for Smash This Podcast. Oh, man. I never thought that I never thought we'd see another Monday Night War. Very interesting news coming out. We thought it was going to get announced last night, and then, Raw gets rewritten 20 times or whatever happened. So, we've got a war going on Wednesday. I tell you, it feels weird. It really does. Faustino, what is up? Too sweet. I never thought that we'd see this again. When I got back into watching wrestling, and I've said this before, but especially now more than ever, it bears repeating. When I got back into wrestling in the late 90s, there was WWF and there was WCW. That was it. As far as, big time stuff for wrestling on TV. No social media presence, completely different time. And I was working at the newspaper at the time, and a buddy of mine says, "Hey, do you watch wrestling?" And I was like, "Nah, I used to watch it, when I was a little kid back in the 80s. Hulk Hogan, Macho Man stuff, And he's like, "Dude, it's really getting good. You should watch it again." I was like, "Really?" And all my favorites that I watched as a little kid were in WCW. So I instantly gravitated towards WCW. And that was just at the start of Goldberg and the NWO and Sting, the Crow character. All these things happening. The rise of Diamond Dallas Page. Man, it was so exciting. And I didn't know hardly anyone on WWF. So I had zero interest, I didn't care about DX. I didn't care what Undertaker was doing. Had no clue who Stone Cold was. Had no clue. Nice. We're getting some reactions on social media from stuff I posted earlier. Awesome. Had no clue what this new crop in WWF was. So I was like, I'm watching WCW. And I was instantly drawn in, man. The high flying of the cruiserweights, the craziness of the NWO, the attacks, everything. Some of the new wrestlers out there like Page and Goldberg. Instantly gravitated towards Goldberg. Loved him. And as time went on, I started watching both. I started going back and forth because WCW started getting weird. And wrestling has really evolved over the last 20-some years. And now we're a year past when the news started coming out about the rumored what we now know as AEW. The rumors started that the Young Bucks, Cody, were on board with some new billionaire. Never heard of him. Tony Khan. What's Tony Khan? Who's Tony Khan? Well, we're about a year out, close to a year out from those rumors. And we've got AEW, the new show starting this fall. I don't think we still don't have a title on it. At least I don't think we do. I could be wrong. I might have missed something. Been a little busy. And now, man, I wish I could have been a fly on the wall in Vince McMahon's office or at the board meeting when they're deciding to put NXT on the USA Network. Man, this is a huge move for one of the most unique brands in professional wrestling. Yes, I realize it's still WWE, but it's special because it's Triple H's, and I really gotta wonder whose idea this was. Was it Vince's idea? Was it Triple H's idea? I gotta be honest. My initial, I mean, yeah, we heard the rumors within the last few weeks that it was going to go to FS1, and then it all of a sudden springboarded to the USA Network, which I guess if you're going to look at, people are used to watching wrestling on the USA Network. They now have SmackDown and Raw. Well, SmackDown for a little while longer. It's moving to Fox. So, and I'll be honest, I've gotten away from NXT. I do enjoy a lot of the performers on there. I've just gotten away from it. All the dislikes. It's so funny. By the way, if you're currently watching and you're digging the content, no matter who you're going to end up watching, please smash that like button. Let's get some of the thumbs up in this video. Counter some of the trolls. Oh, man. They obviously haven't had their coffee yet. They're not ready for J-Bo. I'm worried about NXT. I am. I'll be honest, because I know I'm not the only one. Right now it's an hour long. It's set in a small, secluded audience down in Florida. And now they want to go live every Wednesday. Does that mean they're going to take, I mean, it already is on the road and they're performing in front of, smaller theater settings, from what I know. They're not going to sell out. Well, I should never assume. I don't know what they're really going to go for. Are they going to go for the big arenas, or are they going to do what AEW is doing and go for some of the smaller arenas that fit between 5 to 10? Because right now, there's plenty of shows that WWE has been doing that their house shows can barely get 1,000, 2,000 people in them. And it's so sad. Live shows are hurting. So now you're going to put more product out there in an already oversaturated market with WWE. You got 3 hours of Raw, 2 hours of SmackDown, 1 hour main event, 1 hour NXT, 1 hour UK, and I know I'm forgetting something. There's a ridiculous amount of stuff out there. Man, I don't know. Let me know in the comments. And if you're watching this after the fact, let me know in the comments, what are you going to watch live? Are you going to watch TNT's AEW? Or are you going to watch USA's NXT? I tell you what, you know, and it's also going to be a blow to the subs on the WWE network. I don't think the show is necessarily going away, but it's going to be put on later, similar to Raw and SmackDown, is what I'm assuming it's going to happen. The takeovers will still be on the network, I'm sure. Oh, let's read a few comments, get a few opinions out there. Faustino says, maybe we need the Sheik to break some backs and humble some other efforts. Damn trolls. We'll bring the Sheik in here. That's a beautiful idea. The J-Rock Freak says, I'll be watching AEW live just because I've never been a big NXT fan. There you go. Yeah. AEW, hashtag all in. Faustino's watching AEW. I would like NXT more if they didn't ruin Swerve with that horrible name change. Yeah, what is it, Isaiah Scott? I mean, you know, we all get used to name changes. That's what we've gotten used to over the years. Some have been great name changes that just kind of flow, and some are just cringeworthy. Hashtag what Viking experience? What? Oh, goodness. Malcolm Lloyd, what is up, man? I'm going to be watching NXT on USA. I'm a huge fan of Lo Shrai and Dakota Kai. Well, there you go. There's a vote for NXT, and that's all right. You know, I don't think anyone is necessarily going to be hurting here, other than I'm worried about NXT's content. If Vince is running this as well, or maybe he still will graciously give it to Triple H and say, this is yours, you make this rock. I'm sure there's going to be a lot more to it. Jesse Cole, what's up? Good morning. Too sweet. Smash that like button, my friends. Way too many trolls this morning. Oh my goodness. It's hilarious. It really is. That's all right. Because guess what? It's still a view. So thank you for the view and the thumbs down. Because it's still a view. It's hilarious. You know, there's big names. I got your notification late. I always get the notification late as far as, you know, people that actually ring the bell for notifications. It's all good. You can always go back and watch, you know, stuff later. You know, unless I know something's coming out at a specific time, I always get my notification anywhere between 10 minutes to 2 hours later. It's all good. It's all good. Faustino says NXT won't have much appeal live. since we can log in the next day and watch it on the network. Yeah, I don't know exactly what's going on as far as when let's you know what? Let's go to the WWE network, or not network. Let's go to the WWE.com and see exactly what this says. I'm not going to read this whole thing, but let's just see if there's any specific details in it. WWE and USA Network today announced agreement in principle to air WWE's weekly Wednesday night show NXT Live in USA Network at 7 Central, starting September 18th. So, yes, they are getting the jump start on TNT's AEW. Following NXT's growth and popularity, the new 2-hour weekly show will expand its reach on the USA Network, the leader in cable entertainment. Are they? While staying in its Wednesday night time slot that is held since 2015. Wow, 2015. Huh. It's been a while. It's been around longer than that, but as far as that time slot, interesting. The move to USA Network provides an opportunity to deepen our relationship with you. Okay, blah, 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 blah. That's all technical stuff. Over the long term, our goal is to develop a following that can be monetized to the same level as our flagship program, Raw and SmackDown. Ooh. Man, that's putting a lot of pressure on this next class. That really is. My goodness. Insert Adam Cole gif. I'm sure there's a few people freaking out. Oh my God, we're going to be on TV. Let's see. August, blah, 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 blah. NXT launched in 2010 and has risen to become WWE's third global brand alongside Raw and SmackDown, hosting nearly 200 live events around the world each year. NXT has become the network's #1 weekly series. The new 2-hour weekly show will also be live on demand on the network every Thursday night. Okay, so yeah, it is going to be on the network the next night, beginning at 7 Central. Takeover events will continue to stream live exclusively on the network. Okay, so there you go. Offers a unique blend of authentic in-ring action and exciting and entertaining storylines that feature WWE's hottest up-and-coming superstars, including Alvin Cole. I was reading Velveteen and saw Adam Cole, Velveteen Dream, Shayna Baszler, Johnny Gargano, Matt Riddle, Bianca Belair, Io Shirai, Candice LeRae, Tommaso Ciampa. Man, I hope he comes back. He will certainly help the cause if he comes back within the next, let's say, few months. I know he's really itching to get back. Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish. The brand's diverse roster consists of elite athletes from the NFL, NFL, collegiate and amateur sports, MMA, competitive bodybuilding, and international sports such as rugby, kushtai, and wow. No clue what that is. My foreign language skills are a little rusty. It is also the birthplace of 80% of the current Raw and SmackDown rosters. True. Including Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, Charlotte Flair. In listing all of these current roster names from Raw and SmackDown, don't be surprised if we get a trickle in, a surprise here and there to boost the ratings. Don't be surprised if we get, let's say, the OGs, or excuse me, what are they called? OC, the original club. versus Undisputed Era, don't be surprised. They're trying to pull in viewers. They're going to do everything they can for a 2-hour show. Now, what I'm honestly more worried about is NXT going to feature just NXT? Or, because they're on the USA Network now, are they going to slip in, well, this last Monday night on Raw, and start running a bunch of Raw clips, start running a bunch of SmackDown clips to fill content? NXT viewers are not going to want to see that. But I imagine, because it's on the USA Network now, they have to talk about the other shows. Especially if they're going to do a trickle in here and there. Surprise. Oh, it's Roman Reigns. Has a face-off with Matt Riddle. Who knows? I mean, honestly, some of that could be quite exciting if you're a fan of it. I have not watched WWE much. I did do a SummerSlam review, which I thought was decent. Certainly one of their better big shows of the year. But I've really gotten away from NXT. I really have. And I really want to get back to watching it. I'm very curious to see what it's going to be like now. I know a lot of fans are going to be very critical to see what happens to the content of NXT on the USA Network. Overall, I can tell you this. What I'm probably going to be doing is I'll watch AEW live or sometime, Wednesday night, review it, and then I'll tune in for NXT probably the next night on the network. Because if I'm not watching it on the network, why do I still have the network? If I'm watching barely one show a month on there, it's not worth my money then. But I'm sure with this change to it going to the network, we're going to see more new content on the WWE network. We're getting some more classic stuff too, and I might check that out. Some old WCW content. And like I said, I love the WCW stuff. So yeah, I'll watch AEW live, and I will watch NXT. I'll give the new content a chance. I am worried, though. I'm not lying. I am worried to see what they are going to do with the NXT show on the USA Network. I don't want to see it just become another Raw where you got, couple minute matches. I want to see it stay authentic. If you're going to compete with AEW, you've got to have something authentic like the original NXT. You can't saturate it into something that's already on the network. That's something that's already on the USA Network. You got to keep it authentic to the longer matches. The 15, 20-minute matches. And yeah, there's going to be commercial breaks. That's going to be something that NXT guys are going to have to get used to too. Man, they're going to have to. I mean, they do learn about being on TV, being a part of NXT, but they're going live now. Oof. That is a lot of pressure. And granted, there's a lot of pressure for all the kids over at AEW. But man, is it not an exciting time to be a wrestling fan? No matter what you're going to watch, it is an exciting time. And we haven't seen this in 20 years. And folks, we've got it again. And on that note, we are going to wrap this up. So yes, by all means, in the comments, if you're watching this after the fact, let me know. Who are you going to watch live? Are you going to watch WWE's NXT live on the USA Network? Are you going to watch AEW on TNT? Leave it in the comments below. Don't forget to smash that like button, smash that sub button, and ring that bell for notifications to let you know when more of my content hits your screen. We'll see you for the next one down the road real soon, folks.